For me, it feels like my brain's base system is like mentalese that is patterned by every language that I know. And so a lot of times my internal dialogue will be English with lots of Japanese thrown in. Sometimes it's Japanese with English thrown in. And it's very fluid. And it depends on what I was doing the last week, what I was doing the last hour, what the content I'm talking about is. I would say the most common thing for me, if you're going to like average out my internal thought process throughout, the last couple of years, is that it's English with tons of Japanese thrown in. And so if I watch a video in Japanese and I'm reflecting on it in my head, all the nouns will be in Japanese. But sometimes it'll be English sentence structure with English grammar thrown in. So it'll be like, okay, so yeah, the Edogawa Bakufu did this, but then there was the Taishi Hokan, and then that happened this. I'm just like throwing in Japanese words like that. And that feels very natural for me to do. In fact, when I'm talking to other bilingual people, I'll talk that way out loud, and it'll be very easy for everyone to understand and stuff like that. So I think it's more fluid, and you probably don't want to always be doing that, but I think it's kind of fine to do that. Like if you watch a video in Japanese and you want to talk about it in English, there's going to be a lot of things you have to actively translate into English. And there's no reason to do that. You can just use the Japanese word. And so, yeah, I think overall, like what J. Marvin Brown said, I think is true, which is any language that comes naturally is good for you. And any language that's like really forced out unnaturally is bad for you. Even if the language you were forcing out might be correct. I think there's a lot of exceptions to this, but that's as like, if you're just like sitting in your head and you're like, am I going to be thinking myself into bad Japanese? That's kind of like the principle that I think you could use. So whatever comes naturally, just let it come, and then just fill in all the blanks with English. That's kind of like what I do naturally, and I think it's actually serves me pretty well, because you definitely don't want to suppress the Japanese that is coming and like train yourself to always translate into English. And yeah, you probably also don't want to just force yourself to speak fully Japanese when you don't quite have the capacity to do that yet. So you can kind of just ride that line in your head.
Yeah, for sure. I just kind of use Japanglish, I guess, as the
Yeah.
internal thought. But like, do you have that same process for like Chinese though? Because you're like in the process of acquiring Chinese, and like I get how that would be very fluid and easy for languages that you're fluent or near, near native level in. But like for languages that a person is still in the process of acquiring.
I mean, I find that like in Chinese, it happens less, but it already starts to happen. Especially if I'm just thinking about, I'm trying to like review in my head of like, okay, what just happened? I think like I'll be like, okay, well she huans her, but then she huans this other guy. Like I think I can even like kind of remember that happened in my dialogue of like the little bits and pieces you understand when you think about them. Obviously, you like for me it is kind of natural. Now, part of that is probably that there's like a meta ability of like acquiring languages that I have trained through learning Japanese so long, where I have more access to that right off the bat than probably someone who's like learning their first language might. But I think it's such a spectrum, right? It's such a gradient that even very early on there's some of it that you can do. I mean, it feels like you could almost even do it day one if you just, like the words that you pick out and that stick in your head, you keep in the language, and then you just fill in everything else. So for me, of what it's like much more English, but it's already kind of starting to happen in for Chinese, I would say. Like sometimes it even starts with just names. To put a name into English feels like a translation to me. Like, if someone's name's like Tanaka-san and I say Tanaka, it feels like I just translated it into English. And it's the
Yeah.
same thing with Chinese. Like there's like when I'm thinking about it, there's all these characters' names that they're like Daigu or whatever, like they that are in Chinese. I can't even really pronounce them properly out loud, but in my internal dialogue, I'm not converting them into like an American accent. They're like staying in the original pronunciation as least as closely as they can in my head. And that's already kind of the start of this process, I feel like, even if it's just a proper noun, and then at least just letting those stay as they are. And then you add in a couple words here or there, and it just kind of like is a gradient that, I'm constantly traversing depending on what language I'm speaking and what I've been doing and stuff like that. Sometimes it's reversed. Sometimes my internal dialogue's naturally in Japanese. I remember yesterday there was a moment I just noticed my internal dialogue was in Japanese, and I'll just stick in an English word if I can't think of a natural way to say it.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I'll start thinking in Japanglish now.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds funny, but I think that's a good idea.